Hi everyone, we're just about to start the presentation, but if you can give me a thumbs up when you do have sound so we know that everything's working and that you can all hear the presentation. I'm just going to keep talking for a little bit longer so that I can see if we've got some sound from your end. Okay, I've got a few thumbs up, which is looking like a real positive. Thank you to those people, and it's great to see so many people joining us this evening. Welcome to the Year 9 2022 Subject Information Evening. I'm Shelley McMahon and I've got Miss Jenny Middleton here to talk through the process for subject selection for Year 9 for next year. Okay, I'm just going to run through your contacts. If you do have any further questions about anything that we're talking about this evening, we will be live on the chat during the presentation and then following it for a little bit. But if you do have any further questions specific to a particular subject area, please do contact the heads of faculty and the subject coordinators that we have listed on this slide. Just a reminder that we will be making this presentation available from tomorrow as well. So we will send this out to those people who would like to go back over some of the information or those people who are unable to join us this evening. The educational philosophy when it comes to subject selection at CHAC is very much about our junior students in particular needing a broad range of educational experiences. We really want students to take the time to explore and discover new interests, also their skills. We encourage students to branch out, be an individual, even though sometimes it's great to choose some subjects that they know their friends are going to be taking. It really is all about choosing subjects that they love, that they possibly may discover new interests in, or that they have particular skills in. Because of this, we do run a semester unit timetable, which allows students to experience a wider range of subjects across different faculty areas. This also means that there will be more changes of classes and teachers at the end of this semester, which is also a wonderful opportunity for students to again experience different subjects, different teaching styles, different classes. The process, the way that we run it at CHAC has a number of benefits, and one of it is very much that timetable is constructed using student choices. So over the next week, students will be putting through their preferences, their subject preferences, and the timetable will be constructed based on these preferences. Students have a greater sense of ownership and definitely a greater sense of responsibility for their learning through these subject choices. And at the end of Year 9, they are able to reassess their goals before they move into subject choices for Year 10. Parents, you are absolutely involved in this process, and I do encourage you to have conversations with your child about the subjects that they are interested in taking this year and possibly also in the future. We do have so many interesting subjects over a very, very wide curriculum. And there will be some subjects that students will be familiar with based on some of their core subjects they've already experienced, and so many very new subjects that come into Year 9 and Year 10 and beyond as well. This allows students to, when they do get to choosing their subjects for senior, it puts them in a really good position to make informed decisions about their future. I am now going to hand over to Mrs. Jenny Middleton, who has so much more information about the subject selection process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shelley, and welcome everyone to this evening. It is quite different to have to do it the way we're doing it this evening, because we're so used to having everybody with us and able to ask questions of individual teachers and heads of faculty. But I think that our students at this stage, and I've spoken to a number of Year 8 students today, they're very switched on, and in fact I had opened the subject selection page yesterday, and by last night I had 10 students who had already selected their subjects. So most of them are very, very keen, and they know exactly what to do. So we opened the information page yesterday, and everyone would have received some information about that, and the links about that were sent again this morning. The Web Choices email was sent yesterday, and the online data entry was open, and we have at this stage probably 50 students who have selected their subjects for next year, which is I find very exciting, because it just means that they know exactly what they want to do. They've already spoken to their parents, to use their parents, and there's no difficulty there. Next Thursday at 12 p.m, the online data entry will be closed. That gives me a chance to chase the students if they're running a bit late in getting their subject selected, but it also enables me to start the timetabling process. I've already finished Year 11 because we had that in a week ago. But as you get further and further down the year levels, it becomes more difficult to get everything fitting together. With over 80 teachers and over 900 students in the secondary school, it's quite an involved process, and that's why it's important that everybody gets their choices in, so that the subjects that are offered actually reflect what students want. And as Shelley said, as Mrs. McMahon said, that students should choose subjects they like, or they are good at, or they think they might have a little bit of interest in, because it's the only way they're going to make those good choices when they get to grade 11 and 12. The number of subjects to be chosen, and it's all on the subject selection form. There's 2 English, and I do it this way so that when I do download or import the data into my program, it's already there, and I haven't got to go adding columns to put in subjects that are already there. So English 2, Mathematics 2. There are 3 choices for mathematics. There's one that is just your basic core of maths, and everybody can choose that subject. There is a subject where students who have been involved in the support class this year can choose, but again, everyone can choose that subject as well. It moves students into the general maths stream in grade 10. The other subject moves them into the maths methods subject in grade 10, and then through to grade 11 and 12. But there's also the accelerated maths group, and these students know who they are. So it doesn't matter if you choose the wrong one, because at the end of the year, Mr. Andrews consults with his team and with me, and we recommend, or we make recommendations to students as to where we think they should go at the end of grade 9 anyway. In grade 8, 9 and 10, English and mathematics are blocked, and that way students can move between the different levels of mathematics as they feel, I guess, they're coping or they're not coping with a certain situation. In fact, just this week I've had quite a number of grade 10 in the Prep for Maths Methods classes move into the Prep for General Maths classes, because they felt that they didn't really need maths methods moving into grade 11 and 12, and that's fair enough as well. 2 science subjects. History is a core subject. Life and Faith is the core subject, and students do 1 semester of each of these. With history, if they choose Big History, they've got to choose two of those, because Big History is a full-year course. It's a brilliant course that looks at scientific aspects of history as well as the humanitarian aspects of history. And there's health and physical education. In addition to health and physical education, you would have noticed, if you've already been in, that we do have a specialist physical education program for those students who are exceptional or who want to explore the phys ed subject further. To get into this other subject, it's important that students do represent the college at TAS Sport, and they're prepared to work independently, some of the time at least. Then, of course, there are 5 electives, and so students can choose those from the rest of the elective group, and students choose 2 reserves. So the reserves are there just in case we aren't able to give the students their 5 elective choices. Once the data is downloaded and the timetable has been created to a certain point, I speak to students who don't get all of their selections, and we try and negotiate what we can do. Some subjects will not be offered if not enough students opt to take them. So it's very important, and this is why I wait until everybody gets their subject choices in before I download the data and start creating the timetable. The web choices form is same as what they used last year. If they did their art selections last year, and they've got to use the new code that they were sent yesterday, not the code that is in there, because they've already been into EdVal. If they just press enter, it comes up with their Year 8 choices again. So it's very important that they do use the new code that they received yesterday, and it comes up with the Year 9 electives. I know you probably can't see that because it's quite small, but it's there's lots of drop-down menus there that students can choose. Here's an example of one that I did recently, and you can see there's 2 English, 2 maths, 2 sciences, life skills, history, and a whole bunch of other things. And these are subjects that probably I would have chosen if I was here at school in these days. You may make a mistake, students, but don't worry. So you'll get a lovely error message at the top of the page that's surrounded in red, and it tells you exactly what you need to do to fix that mistake, because you can't submit until those errors are fixed. Really, really easy to fix. All you do is just go back and you just choose those things as recommended by the program. And you have till next Thursday, 12 p.m. to make any changes. I do start chasing people during roll call in the morning because I like to be able to just import the data, close it off, import the data at 12 and start the process of creating lines, creating classes, and that way I can talk to people sooner rather than later to have any changes occur. So that's about it from Ms. McMahon and I. We will be staying here until about 7:30 to answer any questions. A transcript will be available tomorrow of questions that we feel are relevant, which most of them will be, because that's what usually happens on nights like tonight. The heads of faculty are online, and you would have received their email addresses in an information email today from the school, from the college. So please take advantage of being able to ask questions of all of those people if you need to. So heads of faculty will be available until 8. Ms. McMahon and I will be available until 7:30. Thank you.